Everyone is trying to get it done. It'll probably be on either Beyond the Summit or Beyond the Summit 2. That would be the stream link. But here, we're still in Europe. We've got this game and one more. So it'll be Alliance versus the Lions right now, then finishing off the day with Goomba versus Virtus Pro. But over to the Dire, we will go. It's the Lions. Let's introduce them. We've got Handscan here on the Visage. Once again, going to be shooting out the Hadokens, those Soul Assumptions. Era, formerly of Fnatic. Great player, TI player. He's going to be on that Drow Ranger. Seal Kid on the Vengeful Spirit. Talk about a lane, man. This is pretty old school in terms of the auras and, of course, the damaged as well as the ranged heroes. Middle, it'll be Ape Mother on the Brewmaster and Axe on Lions. And also, apparently, CartDota has joined us on the stats.
Awesome, awesome. Good to see him here. A lot of numbers to run through as far as different things the Drow Ranger contributes. Obviously, Drow Visage have a really substantial win rate. I'm actually curious what hero has the best win rate against Drow Visage. I think Bristleback would be up there because he has a lot of great tools against it. Recently, Gyrocopter got stealth buffed to be able to counteract them really well. Flat Cannon used to work on familiars, then it got fixed, quote unquote, and then in one of the cleanup patches, it got broken again. Anyways, gotta see his stuff come out onto Era, but Midas is taking most of the damage here and is getting obliterated through the Soul Assumption. Still, Era will fall as Zeus is involved here. It's a 3v4, but they still get their first blood. The question is, can they get the secondary kill? One stun up on Seal Kid, but he doesn't want to stop running. It's Era with the Frost Arrow, keeping him alive. No one! Zeus will get the Lightning Blast from long range, and that will be the second death. So it's going to be a 2-for-1 with the first blood going the way of the Drow Ranger. Era off to a good start, but obviously a death was on top of that.
Oh, I'd like to point out that WoW was actually authentic. That was me.
That cast range, man.
That was
pretty insane.
That was just ridiculous. The 85 damage as well. Like, that's a really good level 1 spell. Like, only Treant, I think, has a last hit for more than 85, and obviously sometimes that ability is ranged, but for the most part, it's melee. That was some big range and some damage early on from Nikwa. Finds the first blood and another kill on top of that, so it's 2-for-1. Actually, no, sorry, Lions got the first blood, but they get 2 afterwards, so it's, I guess, fairly even overall. We'll just even look at the graphs very quickly. It's actually a little bit more beneficial for Lions. Experience, though, with the kills in favor of Lions.
Yeah, but it's a little difficult for Zeus now. He gets his bottle out, but he didn't have that much mana going into the lane. He expended a lot on that initial skirmish, his entire mana pool, in fact. So the bottle will help, and Ape Mother will be harassed quite a bit with this static field plus Arc Lightning, but he's got his magic stick up already, and it's going to be hard to force him out entirely. Meanwhile, bottom lane is a nightmare for Alliance, I would say. They got the beautiful combo of Drow, Venge, Visage, extremely potent, as far as tri-lane aggression. And Quix is especially vulnerable to this. Like, he can stop Soul Assumption damage to an extent, but the right clicks in general are going to be of huge impact. We already have 1 point of the Precision Aura, no points in the Vengeance Aura just yet, as it is a level 1 Venge. But no matter the case, going to be a lot of hefty right clicks coming their way, and it's going to be that 1v1 we were talking about. Bulldog on the Spider versus Axe with the 2 points in counter helix.
Yeah, that's gotta be good for Axe, right? Like, generally you want to go for the Spider harass on people, get them really low with the poison damage, but Axe, like, gets attacked, and as we know, Axe hacks. He'll bring those down with 2 points of counter helix, no problem. This is a pretty cool matchup, and I'm glad to see Giannis and Fan playing the Axe, and also the second Axe that we've seen today in Starladder Europe. It's pretty awesome. Middle lane will be the matchup Zeus versus Brewmaster, and Zeus, even though he's a little fragile and also pretty slow, it's really nice, because even if you put a value point into the Drunken Haze, which you won't in this case, Equa's going to find the last hits with Arc Lightning.
Yeah. Breed's been out of the competitive scene for some time here, and last time Bulldog played it was back in November of 2013, but he pubs with it a lot, and even up against an Axe, I'm sure he has some level of experience. Snipes, taunt coming out, the Spider's not getting hit by it! Oh, still getting some good spins out, gets a little bit of extra CS, but that CS can be deceiving, as the gold value for that is not nearly the same as a standard Radiant Creep. Going to see some back and forth here on the bottom lane, and it looks like they really want to go for Seal Kid, but I'm expecting some Magic Sticks to come out pretty quickly here, and when they have those, it's going to be hard for the Skywrath to finish anyone off.
Yeah, I mean, the Arcane Bolt's definitely getting spammed out a lot here from Ake, so it will be nice in any lane where you've got 6 people casting spells. It's pretty good to have a Magic Stick up. We see Minot's already with one there. Actually, middle lane, I think the in trouble is Nikwa. No, actually, oh no, it didn't land. Thunderclap landed, but close enough to the tower that Ape Mother is not going to decide to go for it with only 1 point into the Drunken Brawler. And also with the magic stick against
I'm really surprised he wasn't using his magic stick. He's got 10 charges. Zeus spams a lot. Use your magic stick pretty much whenever you can at 10 charges under these conditions anyways. So we're going to see down bottom them kind of go for an invade on the creep pull. It does kind of get pulled through, but the last 2 creeps, or 3 creeps rather, will go back to the Dire side. And Wraithband up for the Drow, expecting multiple Wraithbands here, one for the Aquila and then maybe 1 or 2 more casually. It's going to be rune control from both sides here. Haste on the Skywrath doesn't really give him any more kill potential than he already has, but he is annoying. And beyond that is going to be, of course, the pickup of the bounty rune for the Brewmaster.
Man, Axe is straight up dealing with the Broodmother problem. He's 26 and 6, obviously a bit inflated with half value spiders and probably some even quarter value spiders, but either way, he's doing an incredible job. He won't find the big mama spider with that call, but he does get some of the little guys out of the way. And I mean, most heroes crumble against the Broodmother. Axe dominating, and the bottom lane Era also having a fantastic time. So the lanes for Lions going phenomenally well. 31, 25, and 24 are the last hits there. Zeus at 21. Mid's going all right for Alliance, but that's about it. Quick's also having some difficulties. Him and Bulldog only at 14 last hits.
Yeah. No surprise that Jonathan Fan is able to creep cut past the tower, do some really good direct damage to the tower, harass back the Brute a little bit, and even get some kills. But it is the towers that are now striking against Axe, and he has taken a few hot shots there. So when the Zeus rotates, he's not at full HP. He still goes for the taunt play, but I don't know if this is going to work for you. Even with the magic stick,
he's going to be nuked down. I thought if he could get Bulldog low enough, he could go for the execution, because, I mean, he was only 10 mana short. He had 4 stick charges. However, very tanky against the Brood and those spiders. Not so much against Zeus rolling up there with Thunder God's Wrath and Lightning Bolt. Now bottom lane Quick's in a lot of trouble. And Thunder God's Wrath will go out. That's going to bring down Seal Kid. Handskin is just barely going to live 5 HP after the Arcane Bolt will connect. He'll throw out his big ability. He's going to give up his own life for it, but he does at least get a kill on My Nuts on the Wraith King, and not level 6 yet, so no free death for the Wraith King.
Yeah. And sorry if I overcall whether someone's having a turn late or not, but I'm currently seeing the Statsman camera.
Yeah, you're getting his camera. We had all of the bot lane action.
So, okay, I'll just make sure, just so the
Thanks,
viewers are
CartDota, ruining the cast.
But, yeah, I mean, very interesting top lane. Of course, he's got the Sentry Ward now, so he really wants these spiders, but doesn't get them just outside the radius there. Admirable Dog playing with fire. That would be so much gold to give away, but able to creep cut to his heart's content for the moment. We do have a smoke gank up top.
Yep, that's going to be Ake getting his hands dirty down in the bottom lane. 1-0 and 3 right now. 1-2 and 2 is My Nuts rotating into Giannis and Sam. They're going to find him, try to bring him down once more. Bulldog needs the help. Bulldog going to come and try to get this kill too. Spiders from the trees unleashed. There's the 40 armor though, and the execution onto the Brood. He brings him down. Hanskin on 4 seconds with the Soul Assumption. Another 210 in the red brings down the Wraith King, and the Lions turn that gank around.
Executioner indeed. The Visage to drop him low and the dunks to finish it off. That is a beautiful combo, which turns a 3 versus 1 gank into 2 deaths the other way. Beautiful rotation from the Visage, and you can just sit up here for a little while, get some nice solo experience, and have the familiars to rock and roll. The Drought Aura is already starting to get a little bit of momentum behind it with the 3 Wraithbands, one of them being an Aquila, but he isn't ranking the Precision Aura just yet. Went for the Pointed Gust and is maxing Frost Arrows, so you won't expect the Precision Aura to be very high in skill points until level 9-10.
Yeah, indeed. And, well, what do they have to do with the familiars right now on the side of Alliance? Not really a whole lot. Obviously, we talked earlier about heroes that can kind of counter this strategy, like Gyrocopter, I guess Medusa, and Bristleback were brought up. Axe finds himself on the same team, but Axe is pretty good as well with the call. They attack so fast, you generally bring down the familiars very quickly.
Yeah, it definitely can be a really good counter. There's plenty of heroes that can clear it. Like, Aluna is a good example of a hero that has a yin-yang relationship with Visage. She's good against familiars, but she's really bad against Soul Assumption. She can die so quickly, and the Eclipse won't usually get off in full in a lot of the earlier fights.
Fan is so much CS from these spiders.
Yeah, it's just absurd. But yeah, what kind of GPM is he looking at? That's something that we don't really look at as a stat, but in this case it's relevant because of how little gold spiders get. Yeah, still, he's out farming the drow, and that's never a bad thing.
He's at 550 experience per minute, 400 gold. Arrow also at 400 gold, and Ape Mother's even pretty close to that as well. They are making massive gains as they win all of the lanes.
Oh, pulls the spiders out of the trees with the dust, but doesn't get the main one, and Visage is actually in some trouble here. Will turn it around a little. Under the center ward, maybe the axe will turn it, but his call isn't off cooldown fast enough, and will slip away. Man, actually a very nice little bit of movement from the Bulldog, and the Awesome Fan really wants this call, but the Sentry Ward, Bulldog knows exactly where this is, and he's just playing around with him at this point.
I love when you run, they go in a perfect circle around their mom. Aw, Bulldog.
Oh, man, he wants it so bad.
Who says spiders can't
What give for a blink dagger? Stun will happen down bottom, though. A Mother not going to get the split off. Nice nuke damage coming out.
And that's the pain right there, playing against Ake on a Skywrath Mage with that silence always available to stop your splits. And Seal Kid will also fall. The Lions will lose 2. And I mean, it's kind of funny, right? Like, the lane domination is so intense here from Lions, but it's Alliance that's finding all the kills, and that's probably why the only reason the graphs are so close. Even at 9-4, it's Lions was almost a 2k gold advantage. With those kills, it goes to equilibrium, and now, for the second time, Alliance will be leading in experience, although these graphs are very minimal right now, so definitely take them with some grains of salt.
Awesome Fan, what the hell are you doing dropping your Tranquil Boots at full HP with a Vanguard? You don't need the Tranquil regen.
Especially with, like, spiders.
Invisible heroes
everywhere, yeah.
Like, that, if he loses his Tranquil Boots, I'm gonna be, that's the most unwarranted.
Then we're leaving, we're out of here.
A ton of gold. Like,
dude, this Redguard axe is freaking sick.
But he does have a win for the Vanguard, as mentioned, so that is a lot of durability. The spiders won't do anything to him except for a little bit of tiny damage, poison damage over time, but we do have another rotation from the Visage. They could activate the Precision Aura for a little bit of damage, though right now it is only amplifying by 17.
Yonasum is going to make me throw up. He's just been running around in a circle constantly. They'll find out all the little spiderlings right there, the little small guys, the Spiderites. Their mama behind them going into the kill here.
Visage is top. They want to go for kill bottom. The Era extended very far, but might just solo kill Quicks. One more right click, 2 more right clicks needed, and he is just getting completely flawed. Really nice movement into the trees there for Quicks. They won't be able to see him. They won't be able to shoot him.
That really helps Quicks. He's at 31 last hits. We'll switch to that now at 3.3k as
Spiders
bringing down the Visage. Bulldog with the spiders. Visage, you are not Axe. Like, no one else can stand in this lane.
Hilarious. Damage done in the fight recap is 42. Little pinpricks at a time, but when you have only 1 point of Gravekeeper's Cloak, or it doesn't matter, when you're Visage period, your Gravekeeper's Cloak is going to go away very early, and actually going to be a split on mid, taking down the Zeus, no problem at all. But yeah, if you're Visage, your Gravekeeper's Cloak is going to go away very quickly, and you're going to be sitting there with 10% magic damage resistance and 0 armor. So it's just a bad time for you against these little tiny bugs. They do little bits of damage individually, but it adds up very quickly.
All right, 11-5 right now. And actually, to compare those spiderlings, I think, what was the comparison to how much spiders can hurt like tier 1 towers compared to another hero that Bulldog likes a lot, the Lone Druid Spirit Bear? It was like spiders were way better or something like that.
I don't know. I know that chaos damage got nerfed against fortified structures a long time back, about a year or so ago, so they only do 40% damage to structures and they only hit for 18. But obviously it would depend on how many spiders you're talking about, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, going in for the Roche. Nice little sneak play here. They don't have the medallion up just yet, but they do have the Wave of Terror. Firing it to the north. It will move the Ancients about a little bit, but it won't.
Oh, who disturbs our slumber?
But the Radiant Vision is not there, so it's going to be fine. They're going to clean this up with the help of the Familiars, which are getting that bonus damage here. Each of them hitting for 36, thanks to the Precision Aura. Really, really nice. And that brings Drow up to level 8. Gives her an Aegis. Gives a just ton of golden experience that way.
Wow, man. Being in the tri-lane and stuck in like the aggressive lane has definitely hurt her levels. Level 8? I mean, bad for her, good for the Visage. Also level 8. Ember Spirit's life was tough, also kind of locked into this bottom lane, level 8. Looking at our highest levels, it's Broodmother at level 11, Brew at level 11, and Axe at level 11. Zeus had a great lane, had some decent farm. He's got a Yule Scepter going for the mobility on those ground boots with the bottle. Odd to not see the mana boots yet, but hasn't quite gone up to it. Halfway to level 11, which means more Wrath from the Thunder God.
Yeah, so, I mean, plenty of good stuff going his way. He'll be able to dodge some stuff with the Yules. Maybe throw Axe up. If he gets a taunt on somebody when he blinks in, then you can Yules the Axe, and he obviously won't be spinning, though your allies will still be disabled. We do have Yasufan who has the Blink Dagger. Might go right here on the Bulldog. A great unveiling of the Blink Dagger, and away you go. Looking for the dunk. Oh, the Satanic coming from the Insatiable Hunger. Easy lifesteal, and doesn't go below the health threshold. Down bottom, there is the death of the Venge, but vengeance will be hers as they're going to wait to pop the Wraith King ultimate until he's very far away, and the Aegis will pop from the Drow Ranger as well. They will take down the Wraith King twice.
Skywrath retreating to the tier 1. Wraith King easily gobbled up for the second time here. Still trying to chase, trying to get that tornado. Won't find it. Does have the Blink Dagger up on the Brewmaster right now. Quick's thinking about re-engaging here. Flame Guard is coming off a cooldown in 5 seconds. He might want to go into this Sleight of Fist. He'll grab Handskin. He's going to melt. Only 2 points in the Gravekeeper's Cloak, and he's quickly taken off those outer shells of the Visage. Of Era now going to start chasing up Nikwa. The drops are there. See some micro. Not really even going to be needed. Looks like he was going for the KS after all. Doesn't find it.
Yeah, the Familiars are still up though, and they'll be able to push down any subsequent towers they want to very, very quickly. And we're very rapidly looking towards an extremely farmed Drow. Just a couple Wraith Bands and Aquila, Yasha, and Treads is all you need to make sure that your team does insane damage. Now, some fan has been fishing for Bulldog up top. A couple of taunts miss, and Bulldog, he's just kind of running circles around. We have mid lane though. Minut's gonna throw a stun towards Hanskin, and it's gonna be the familiar right clicks. Look at the damage! This isn't even with the Drow. Oh, it is with the Drow Aura. Where? Oh, they activate the Precision Aura globally. And almost get Minut's as a result.
I think they keep going for the chase, and Hanskin was maybe paying a bit attention to those familiars. He almost goes down there to the Skywrath Mage, that strong support, but oh my nuts, Seal Kid is gonna get in there with the stun.
Yeah. So, they use the Precision Aura, which is a decent cooldown here. Oh, nice. Thunder got dropped to finish Visage before he makes his way back home. But, end of the day, you still lost some heroes, and you lost your Tier 1 tower in the mid. These familiars do so much damage when the Aura is active on them, which is either through the global Precision Aura or when they're 900 units away from the Drow. Rude. Looking for the tower rebuttal up on the top. And
the double backdoor plays here on the Tier 1s. They'll both find it. Axe had started TPing back though before the tower had even fallen. He'll catch out the Brood. Does he have the execution? He doesn't need it. Era. He attacks too fast with the double Wraith Band. The Yasha now coming up another 1,300 gold onto Era.
At some point, I think you just buy a gem on this Axe. I think he's going to go play.
He's so strong, yeah. He's got the Vanguard, so he's got the effective HP in this game to go along with the Blink, so I would definitely agree. Wraithfire Blast on just hit the Storm Panda. Didn't want the Purge or something? I don't know what that's about, but...
He's just trying to do what he can.
Yes. Getting frustrated.
That's the end of the day. He blinks right on top. It's the shortest blink you'll ever see, but he gets some good damage on Nikwa here. Maybe trying to disjoint something. Oh, the X ducked! He canceled it! And now he's locked in place by the Searing Chains. No, still sees the
blink. He can blink.
No.
Oh.
Milliseconds on the cooldown.
Minut's denying the donks.
But here comes Ape again. He has the double damage and big right click and clap, and Era's here as well. Minuts is going down as they dunk him.
One.
Up with your head. You're not.
Can we get a 2? The Daggeraki dunk. Double kill.
Oh, that's just beautiful. Beautiful damage coming out from Drow Ranger, hitting insanely hard now at level 11. And where are those familiars?
Rip Tower.
Oh, so much damage coming from them as well. This is insane. Come on and slam. Welcome to the gym.
Yeah.
This is a tempo lineup if I've ever seen one. Lajons is, I wouldn't say at their peak, but they are hitting damn hard right now, and it's so difficult to deal with this kind of a draft at this particular stage of the game, around the 15 to 17 minute mark.
Jonathan fan. I hear Axe likes the color red, and Crimson, it's basically red. And he's going for it. The Crimson Guard coming out on Jonathan fan momentarily. He's, 400 gold? 420? He's 420 gold away, 410 now from the Crimson Guard.
All right, so around this time, level 11 Drow is when I start giving people numbers as far as how impactful this Drow Visage combo synergy really is. A lot of people know, obviously, that the Visage birds, they have these charges, and they have 56 bonus damage to start, at least at the current level. The level 1, some familiars have 56 bonus damage, but that goes away really quickly, because these guys attack once every 0.4 seconds, so every
About
2
2
seconds they attack 5 times.
Yeah.
So the familiar bonus damage goes away really quickly, and then they're only hitting for 10, which generally bites. But when you get the Drow aura involved, they are getting that bonus aura, which is currently providing a 54 from the precision aura, thanks to all this agility on the Drow. And that since they attack 2.5 times a second, that adds up to 135 physical DPS per bird. So that means combining together, that's 270 damage per second, not even factoring in the 10 base damage or the familiar bonus damage. So that's what Drow is providing to these familiars. And you mentioned the Crimson Guard. It's always great on Axe, but I gotta mention, just doing my due diligence here, that it's one of the best ways to counteract Drow Visage lineup in general. I know you've heard this spiel, but maybe some of the viewers have not. Crimson Guard negates 50 damage per auto attack, and since the familiars hit really fast, that means that having Crimson Guard on somebody nullifies about 140 agility from the Drow. She's sitting right now at 150, so that means, like, if you just do comparative mathematics, that means the Drow Ranger, it would not be a factor here if the Crimson Guard would be in play. The Visage familiars would still be hitting for about 10 or 12. So, yeah, I have to say that Crimson Guard is also really good against Ember. He does have the Sleight of Fist, so each one of those attacks can be blocked, of course.
Yeah, the little spiders.
The little spiders, they only hit for 18.
They will do 0 damage, yeah, they're useless.
Yeah. Other than their poison damage over time effect, which only has 1 stack.
Yeah,
so
they
6-second
can
duration.
sort of, if in a group, you know, they can body block and they can just be aggravating. Someone clicks on them and throws an attack animation, even like.
Yeah, otherwise they're just farming tools.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely pushing tools as well. We saw him backdoor the tier 1. Giannis fans up here. They're looking for the pickoff. There's 3 people around. Zeus is going to be one of them, and that's the only person that is really capable of killing this guy. Is Zeus.
Yeah, this
and
is dropping pretty low down here. By his tier 3, the Thunder God's Wrath will finish it off. The spiders harass him down, and again, this is just not good against the Spiderlings by himself. If the Crimson Guard had been on him, that'd be different, but I actually don't see a Crimson Guard on Axe just yet. I thought you said he had it.
I said he was 420 from it. It's on the courier.
Okay, it is on the courier. There we go. It's a little pudgeling waiting to make his deliveries.
Midas and a Blink, 2 big item pickups coming up for Alliance. It'll be my nuts that'll go for the Midas. And Zeus with the Blink Dagger with the Yules. One of my favorite item build-ups here. I'm really surprised we haven't seen the boots upgrade, but definitely opting for the mobility. Blink away from the axe, blink into the axe, and keep finding some more kills on the red guy.
I don't know. I would consider Arcane Boots to be overrated in a lot of contexts. I don't think he absolutely needs it here. He has the Yules that's giving him plenty of mana to work with, and it's more important to be able to, like, if you're hit by like a Grave Chill by a Visage or something like that, that you don't immediately die. Oh, the Blink, the money, and the Blade Mail against the Skywrath, but still Giannis Fan taking a lot of damage.
Nice swap.
Swamp will not save him.
It was a good attempt, didn't quite work. I said nice swap because I thought he was going to be able to kill Admiral Bulldog with a couple of attacks, but even though the scaling on the stun isn't amazing on Magic Missile, with 1 point in it, in 1.45 seconds, honestly, with another 0.3, he might have gotten out another attack, but he can't find it. And Quakes will take the space to push out the bottom lane, tier 1.
And of course, the Orchid Soulburn was what brought him down there, so he was a dead man walking once he had dropped to like 30% of his health with that Orchid on. But we do have Quicks farming up down bottom, takes to tier 1, looks for the Battle Fury. Pretty solid pickup, of course, and we will see a jump in here onto 8 Mother. Doesn't get a chance to respond. He could have blinked if he saw it. Instead, he just BKB, splits it up, and looks for a return kill onto my nuts here.
Not only does that BKB ensure he gets off the ultimate, it also dodged out all the damage from the Thunder God's Wrath, so that put on cooldown for 80 to 90 seconds, can't quite remember which. And there's 1 life. You think you would just walk away, but the familiars are coming in. They feel like with the scrambled fighter familiars, they could maybe do something here, but not going to be the case. They maybe find Quicks, and Quicks kind of just walks into it and gives them that one. Not sure his situation prior to seeing them, but maybe a bit of a mistake there from the Ember Spirit player.
Yeah, I just didn't think they had the vision that they did. Dire Observer Ward in the enemy jungle and just scouting things out. So he goes down. Familiars are resummoned at level 2. Here at the 21-minute mark is when Visage Hanskin finds his level 11, and Roche is on the menu very soon. He's not spawning just yet, no early time. It's actually slightly later than the average, but you will see it in about a minute's time now.
Yeah, Broodmother back to farming up top, has that Orchid, as mentioned a little bit. We saw kill the Axe, Mithril Hammer, so getting close to the BKB, built up in the majority of those Broodmother games, and Roche was already taken by the team with the Drow. Not a big surprise there, especially if it's on the Dire. It's respawning in 40 seconds, so they're going to look for that again, and a nice objective for the Lions when they're ready to go for it.
Yeah, Johnson is a little exposed here. A lot of magic damage will fly out. The Orchid. Oh, the blade!
Wow. Nice swap again. Will he fall? He still dies to the Soul Burn. Like 300 damage coming out off of that from the Orchid. Trying to chase down the Bulldog. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to find him too fast on the webs. Now Nikwa in a lot of danger. 18 HP, blinks into the tree line. In like that direction, and yeah, I would have thought he went that way too, and so it was a really nice decision making from the Zeus to kind of go like towards the enemy, but still blinking away.
Yeah, Yulis's opponent blinks out and will make the TP away. Very, very clutch. But still, Blade Mail almost did him in. But the amplification of that Ancient Seal plus the Orchid makes it so that Axe is very easy to bring down, though he does return a lot of damage in the process. Either way, I'm looking for some more farm on the Wraith King here, because he's kind of needed to be the second core. Like, obviously, the Ember's doing okay. He's got his Battle Fury coming up very shortly, but they need more than just a single core here. The Broodmother has to step it up a little bit, and so too does the Wraith King, at least as initiation, because Broodmother, she's the one that's... She's carrying her weight to a decent extent. If she's magic immune and has her insatiable hunger on, she just doesn't die. And the Orchid obviously has done some work already, so... some pretty high expectations, but when Lajons is deathballing, it's still, they don't have an easy answer. Era's damage output and that of his teams because of him is almost insurmountable at this stage.
Wraith King could go for some Ancients as he transitions for that carry. He's got a lot of gold, around 2,000, so I'm guessing he goes for the Blink Dagger next. Could also maybe want to find Blade Mail of his own, but that doesn't really help you up against the Familiars. Also, the Crimson Guard is an option that we've talked about plenty of times this game for that Wraith King. And
he'd be the only one that could pick it up, right?
Yeah, I feel like that would be fantastic, but I also feel like he's not going to do it.
Yeah, no, most people don't consider it as the go-to draw visit counter, even though it is. Jonathan Fan with the Blade Mail, easy dunk onto the Ember Spirit, farming on the creep wave. That's a no-no. But 2-2 tower down bottom gets chunked. You just look at the bird damage. The 3 heroes reckoning it down. I don't even know why you stone form them, because their charges hardly matter. But yeah, the tower's gone, and up top we're going to see some pressure on the tier 3.
Yep, lots of spiders out. Admirable Dog's been infesting this lane. No problem. 1,500 gold in the bank after the BKB has a Midas of his own. And look at this tower.
Ace race.
It is just going down. We'll have to go quickly down to the bottom lane where we see the Familiars also providing a lot of damage onto these structures. However, we actually now, Precision Tor is actually online right now. So that being activated after this, I think they're going to save it for the racks. Now, they did use it. Still on the Familiars and actually drowned there anyway, so I'm surprised they use it. Maybe it's for the creep to push up top as Bulldog almost goes down. They get him pretty low. They're going to continue the chase. They do on the Battle Hunger, and he will guess incorrectly. And I was surprised they knew quite where he was. Did they have a sentry? Like, they didn't have a gem, so it was kind of...
They got a Battle Hunger at some point, so I think the dust expired.
Look at that, Ape Mother. BKB TP out, killing someone almost in the fountain.
Yeah, oh, so close, but they don't see him. They had a dust before, and that dispelled, so they got the Battle Hunker off, and that was the last thing they could do to him, and they had to make a guess for the rest of it. But end of the day, they take the bottom melee racks, the more important one, and their racks are still alive, so the range will not regenerate.
That's the power of the Familiars. I mean, Broodmother didn't do too bad either. Got the tier 3 tower, half of the range. Courier delivering something out here. Oh, that's like, well, I guess it's 125% the push of the current Familiars, but still, it's big.
150?
150, yes. I was like, actually, I don't think that was quite right. That's why we're a team.
Excellent. Wave of Terror just hits them, but... Oh, they want it so bad. Drop the Sentry. There's the BKB. Now, what gave them the idea that was there? Because they had a Sentry Ward on Seal Kid, but they just Wave of Terror randomly. They must have seen him in that vicinity recently.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it does seem odd, like, if you don't already have the sentry down. I guess they saw, like, maybe here. I mean, that's down right there, right? Or was that dropped after they did the wave of tear?
The tree being killed?
No, this sentry here.
No, they literally just dropped
Yeah,
it.
they just dropped that afterwards, right?
That
I don't
was
know,
some-
man. It's kind of weird.
Anyways,
Some
we've got...
RNG, I guess, on the spellcasts.
Yeah, they had an idea that he was there, but they weren't guaranteed of it until a little bit later. Anyways, tier 1 mid is going to go down very quickly. Admiral Bulldog takes a while to transition to another lane, so he's setting up shop with the webs. The charge system helping him out a bit, but already the top tower is being gunned down. Now he only has the 2 birds right now, hasn't gotten a resummon since he got the axe, but soon enough that'll be very potent indeed. In the meantime, there's another item pickup, the Gem of True Sight on 8 Mother. That's pretty big. It means Broodmother cannot really feel as confident in her rat plays, and they're going high ground right now.
Yeah, I mean, they get another lane of racks out here at the 27-minute mark. That's a really, really nice for the Lions. Through the laning phase, almost a little bit carried by this axe, although I gotta say, Alliance grouped up and started dealing with him very, very well, but now the team play could maybe be the last of the game if it goes in favor of Dire here. Stone out on the Ake, they're gonna try to focus him first. Minouts is working on the Storm, but the more important story here is the racks are completely gone already, and 8 Mother just creates a little space. He doesn't want to lose the gem. And how do you look out of that? The Sleight of Fist. He gets away, and I don't know if I vouch for this decision-making. The Axe picks up a Shadow Blade against the Zeus. It'll get him in range, I guess, for Admiral Bulldog trying to bring him down. The BKB is aplenty here. 8 Mother's just running out. Now Admiral Bulldog just sending his out. And can they find him? The gem is there.
This is really weird.
Bulldog,
I don't know why he's not doing the
they can
first
see him. He doesn't have any passable terrain, and he's blocked in by the creeps even. Even the creeps trying to get a piece of that. And somehow it goes to the creeps. No, Axe, sorry. Can't read.
So, obviously a lot of stuff happened across the map in general. The Visage's TP was cancelled by a lightning bolt, and then they were able to actually pursue and almost pick off the familiars, but the Ember Spirit didn't stick around. He went to push out the wave, and they missed an opportunity, I think. The Shadow Blade axe pulling him right on the wave, and I believe that's a dead Ember Spirit. More spin. No more spins! He needed one more, and he didn't get it. That's quite unfortunate.
Oh, wow.
It is worth noting that now the Ember Spirit is kind of force of reckoning as far as clearing out the familiars. These Searing Chains plus Battle Fury can usually bring them down pretty quickly. 2 Searing Chains, sorry, not Searing Chains, Sleight of Fist strikes will most likely be required to finish these guys off. But his single target damage isn't that substantial. We saw it there because the Axe taunted with Blade Mail, but when he's got plus 40 armor, so he's bringing himself to, what, like 64 armor?
Yeah.
This Ember Spirit doesn't hurt himself or anything, so it actually is probably good in that sense.
The Invis in to the Shadow Blade out if he wants to. The Invis rune up here on Axe. And let's see the big battle over here.
Oh,
Aaron has a lot of remnants down, but he can't take them. He'll be dropped. He was trying to blow up everybody, all 3 thrown into the same location. I don't think that was the smartest move. He wanted the damage before he died, but he dies, and now Red King will go down. That was his second death. 150-second cooldown. And everyone just gets cleaned up. The Lions just absolutely running over Alliance right now. 23-21, but the game... I mean, honestly, on the graphs, it's so close, but I felt like this whole time Lions completely in control, and obviously the 2 racks are down, and there's the GG.
Zeus did an insane amount of damage there. Drow almost died instantly. The BKB was a little late, but she survives. Their team keeps soldiers on, and they bring it down. It's the Drow Visage at work, as well as a really good counteraction of the Brood in the Axe. That was a really fun lane to watch, actually, especially when they win for each other's towers. That's an ironic situation, I suppose. But end of the day, a very smart draft from Lajons, and they're looking good. I mean, obviously, they already pulled an upset the other day, and now here against the Lions, they take a